shocking scene. Not at all what I intended.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're comparing books that made for great TV shows and ones that didn't quite stick the landing. There are some spoilers here, so tread carefully.
Terrible things happen in this world, and the only comfort we get is that we didn't cause them.
Number 5. Nailed It! Big Little Lies. Co-executive producers and co-stars Reese Witherspoon and Nicole Kidman snapped up the rights to Liane Moriarty's novel soon after it was published, transplanting the story from Australia to Monterey, California. HBO's Big Little Lies is a murder mystery that takes place among the cutthroat world of a renowned elementary school.
Can you just make your son apologize?
Renata, stay out of it. I can't make him apologize for something that I know he didn't do.
The novel and the series share the same strengths. They both work backwards to uncover the circumstances surrounding the death of one of its characters, whose identity isn't revealed until the climax.
Think about fundraisers.
Everybody wants to prove who's the richest.
They're vicious.
Add alcohol to the mix and the fact that women don't let things go.
The makers also nailed the original story's balance of humor with deadly serious topics. While its second season seemed to show there was little story left to tell, the first remains a near-flawless season of appointment television.
You're the one that's getting mad at me, instead of some little who's chomping on our kid.
You just listen.
Number 5. Flubbed It! Hemlock Grove. Original author Brian McGreevy had a hand in bringing his own story to life for Netflix. This Pennsylvania-set horror thriller includes a whole host of supernatural creatures amid the murder mystery at its center.
Who are you?
Oh, please. Oh, please.
Where am I?
In my room. Breaking my heart, you jerk.
Hemlock Grove is kind of a lot. The show throws every gothic monster trope at the wall to see what sticks, and judging from the critical response, not much did.
I came to Hemlock Grove because of the invitation. It was dark, there was no one else there. I thought that was a part of it.
Wait, what invitation?
Fun.
Initial reviews were mixed at best, but many critics felt it was unfocused and messy without much payoff. Despite the series' promisingly high viewership when it first premiered, Hemlock Grove didn't improve quality-wise, and some would even argue got worse as the seasons progressed.
You know my name?
You're the kid in the candy store.
This is the part where you leave.
Number 4. Nailed It! Normal People. Author Sally Rooney's novel Normal People is about the romance between two teenagers that follows them into young adulthood.
You just always know what you think. And I like that.
You must know what you feel, though.
No. I struggle with that, actually.
The Irish miniseries follows Connell and Marianne as they first fall in love as two teens from different worlds, and we watch every beautiful and heartbreaking turn in their road. But its release early in the COVID-19 pandemic made its story of the couple struggling to keep contact over space and time especially poignant.
I don't really know what to say other than the fact that I miss you, and I really love you, Marianne.
Normal People also helped launch the careers of Paul Mescal and Daisy Edgar-Jones. Like the book, the miniseries isn't overly sentimental. It makes you sit in the real human moments these two have, whether they're sweet or ugly.
I would never pretend to not know you, Connell.
But you're not?
No.
Number 4. Flubbed It! Under the Dome. One thing remains consistent about Stephen King adaptations through the years. There are just as many great ones as there are stinkers.
Why can't we hear the sirens?
No, stop!
This 3-seasoner sits squarely in the stinker category. When the town of Chester's Mill is enclosed in a dome and cut off from the rest of the world, characters on both sides of the barrier work to figure out what it is and where it came from.
Doing tests. Must be checking to see if water can come through. Doesn't look good. We're screwed.
The first season got decent reviews, but as soon as the second season came around, its cyclical storytelling began to wear on viewers. By the end, many felt that it had wasted its potential and the suspension of disbelief around its entire concept.
It's magnetic.
Number 3. Nailed it. Sharp objects. Midwestern nice turns poisonous in this small-town mystery. In her debut novel, Gillian Flynn, writer of Gone Girl, turned her pen to toxic mother-daughter relationships.
We need to talk about your daughters.
What about them?
Oh, one of them is dangerous.
The HBO miniseries expands upon her novel without taking away from its honest and brutal handling of trauma, secrets, and shame. Amy Adams and Patricia Clarkson do career-best work as a journalist investigating a murder, and her overbearing, emotionally destructive mother, who sabotages her at every opportunity. Sharp Objects never lets you relax.
I mean it, you tackled those demons.
My demons are not remotely tackled, they're just mildly concussed.
There's something evil and ugly behind every corner. Even conversations between characters are filled with danger.
I never loved you. You were born to it. That cold nature.
Number 3. Flubbed it. Game of Thrones. Few shows had as much anticipation and acclaim going into its last few seasons as the HBO adaptation of George R.R. Martin's epic fantasy, Game of Thrones.
Ned, 10 is too young to see such things.
He won't be a boy forever. And winter is coming.
From the moment it premiered, it was true appointment television. And yet, despite several seasons of good writing and strong characterization, the conclusion left many fans furious.
I don't have love here. I only have fear.
Critics felt that, as the series began moving past the published books, the plot became less focused on the characters and more dependent on spectacle. But the rushed storylines of its final season were the final straw.
You are my queen. Now and always.
Daenerys Targaryen's inevitable descent into madness and the bewildering choice to make Bran Stark the new king felt unearned, alienating fans and tarnishing a stellar legacy. Number 2. Nailed it. The Leftovers. Here we have the somewhat apocalyptic series about what happens after 2% of the world's population vanishes without warning. Those left behind either form cults or try to resume life as normal.
Just give me that horrible Saturday. All 4 of us sick and miserable, but alive and together.
Based on a novel by Tom Perrotta, The Leftovers didn't start off with as glowing a reputation as it would end up earning. The first season was admired but criticized for its somber tone.
Because if we can no longer separate the innocent from the guilty, everything that happened to us, all of our suffering, is meaningless.
However, its quality only got better with each successive season. By the end of its brilliant third and final year, some TV critics were touting it as one of the greatest series ever.
I'm here.
Number 2. Flubbed it. The Stand. Maybe releasing an epic about a deadly pandemic was not the move in 2020. Or maybe it just wasn't that good.
I just got a secondary alert. What do you see?
Sir.
Go ahead.
Is this an exercise?
No, Private, this is not an exercise.
Paramount Plus's miniseries based on the Stephen King epic The Stand had some good moments, but it was largely overblown and underwhelming. A far-reaching story about a deadly global pandemic and a humanity-defining battle between good and evil shouldn't leave its audiences shrugging.
My God, you people are terrified of him. Is that all he has over you? Is fear? That's it?
While it wasn't a disaster, given how incredible the book is, just okay isn't okay. The Stand had a cast that included such heavy hitters as James Marsden, Alexander Skarsgård, and Whoopi Goldberg, but it left them all with not much to do.
You can't send me anywhere that God can't find me. And if it's my time to go, I'll be gone.
The 1994 miniseries might be a bit dated, but it does the book more justice.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Nailed it. Watchmen.
Legacy isn't in land, it's in blood. Passed to us from our ancestors and by us to our children.
Showrunner Damon Lindelof considered his HBO limited series a remix rather than an adaptation of the original graphic novel by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons. Set within the continuity of Watchmen, the series acts as both an adaptation and sequel to the story. Starring Regina King as Sister Night, its expansive and groundbreaking storytelling reignited interest in the legendary source material.
How do you know he's 7K?
I got a nose for white supremacy and he smells like bleach.
It fused American history with the alternate history of the original book, shining a light on the largely forgotten Tulsa Race Massacre of 1921. But apart from all that, it was just a masterful series in its own right.
People who wear masks are driven by trauma. They're obsessed with justice because of some injustice they suffered, usually when they were kids. Ergo, the mask.
Number 1. Flubbed It. 13 Reasons Why. Skepticism and downright hostility surrounded the Netflix adaptation of this already controversial young adult novel.
Get a snack. Settle in. Because I'm about to tell you the story of my life. More specifically, why my life ended.
Told from the point of view of Hannah Baker, a high schooler who takes her own life, it got heavy fast and never let up. But the first season was at least well made and had purpose.
It's powerful and painful. Just to imagine what Hannah's last days were.
Once Hannah was no longer the focal point, it became about the people left behind. The show started spinning its wheels, salacious storylines and traumatic events were chucked at viewers at an alarming rate. While it started out as a bleak but somewhat grounded show about a sensitive topic, the show continued to paw at disturbing subjects without giving them much depth. What book would you like to see made into a TV series? Let us know in the comments.
Lilith's path was to be prepared by 60 women wearing gold crowns who'd fill the river valleys with blood.
Doesn't rhyme. All good predictions rhyme.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.